In a small village surrounded by tall green hills and whispering streams lived a humble farmer named Kola. He wasn't rich, in fact, many would call him poor, but what Kola lacked in wealth, he made up for in kindness, honesty, and a heart full of hope. Each morning, he worked hard in his little field, digging, planting, and praying for a good harvest. One day, as he struck his hoe into the earth, he heard a clink. Curious, he bent down and uncovered a smooth, glowing stone, unlike anything he had ever seen. It sparkled in the sun, casting little rainbows in every direction. Kola ran to the village elder, Baba Tunde, and showed him the stone. Baba Tunde adjusted his glasses, examined it, and gasped, "My son, this is no ordinary stone. This is a sapphire, a very rare and precious gem. It could make you one of the richest men in the region." Kola's eyes widened. All his life, he had dreamed of lifting his family from poverty, giving his children a better future. This stone could change everything. The next day, Kola packed his bag, hugged his wife and children, and began his journey to the city to sell the stone. The road was long and the sun was hot, but his heart was light with hope. On the way, he came across a frail old man sitting under a tree, breathing heavily and looking weak. Kola paused. "Are you okay, Baba?" he asked. The old man coughed and said, "I've been walking for days. I have no food or water." Without hesitation, Kola opened his bag and shared his food and water. They sat together, ate in silence, and eventually talked about life. The old man smiled. "You are a good man, Kola." As Kola stood to continue his journey, the old man noticed the stone peeking from Kola's bag. His eyes lit up. "Do you know what that is?" he asked. "Yes," Kola replied. "It's a precious gem. I'm going to sell it in the city to start a new life." The old man nodded. "That stone is valuable, but do you know what's more precious?" Kola shook his head. "Your heart," the old man said. "Only a rich heart gives without expecting anything in return." Kola finally reached the city. The market was crowded and loud. Jewelers gasped at the sight of the gem. One offered him gold, another land, yet another promised him a house and a horse. Kola stood there surrounded by wealth, but something in his heart felt off. He remembered the smile of the old man, the peace he felt while sharing a simple meal, and suddenly all this gold and noise felt empty. He asked the jeweler to wait and walked to a quiet place by a riverbank. He stared at the stone and whispered to himself, "What do I really want in life?" That night, Kola slept under the stars. In his dream, he saw himself as a rich man, big house, fancy clothes, servants. But he was alone, no joy, no laughter, no love. Then he saw another vision, himself in the village, teaching children, helping neighbors, smiling freely with his wife and kids. He woke up with tears in his eyes. The next morning, he walked back to the village. Jewelers shouted, offering more money. He kept walking. When he reached home, his wife hugged him tightly. "Did you sell the stone?" she asked. Kola smiled and replied, "No, I gave it away." She was shocked. "You did what?" "I met a man who had nothing," he said, "and I realized having a kind heart is more powerful than owning a precious stone." From that day, Kola became a storyteller in the village, sharing his journey and lessons. People came from far and near to listen, not to a rich man, but to a man rich in wisdom. Sometimes, the most valuable things in life are not what we hold in our hands, but what we carry in our hearts.